Okay, it's 12 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. Can I get an approval of the agenda?
I
Yes.
would like to have a discussion on the agenda.
Okay.
And as I mentioned last night at the city council work session, my recommendation would be that in the agenda, we only take action on item 4, which is our revisions to the bylaws, and that we either table, postpone, whatever the proper parliamentarian process would be, the rest of the items until the next meeting, after the council has then ratified our bylaw changes, such that all the ambiguity around potentially different legal opinions, etc., none of which I think anyone on this board has seen anything in writing other than I've heard secondhand things from T's comments last night at the work session, Rachel's comments in email, of conversations with personal attorneys. We've heard from the city manager, comments from the city's attorney, but none of that's in writing. So we're kind of here trying to make decisions without really having things written for us. And therefore, I think the safest approach would be to just approve the bylaw change, let that be ratified, and then next meeting, especially the election of officers, there's no ambiguity around who's voting, who's not voting, get this behind us and then move forward.
I agree. I think that's a good approach and safe approach. Not having any written legal opinion on behalf of the board for the remainder of the thing. So it will make sense.
What are we concerned about from a safety standpoint?
My concern is that without, from my perspective, confidence legally that our vote is a valid vote on any action item that could be called into question later. I just don't want that ambiguity.
I guess I get it, but I mean, if we're a committee of the council and the council wants a change and they say it's okay, what legal issues do we have?
We're bound by our bylaws.
Yeah.
Our bylaws describe how we operate. And currently our bylaws are in conflict with those council actions. And I'd like to get that conflict removed such that there is no ambiguity.
Which item 4 does allow that we are changing bylaws. And at that point, once they're changed and approved, they're not approved by city council, but they're.
But per our bylaws,
for us,
they're not.
They're approved by us.
The
And we
recommendation.
can vote at that point. If the city council rejects it, yes, there could be a problem, but
They're not going to reject it, we know that.
yeah, so then why not go with the rest of the stuff?
That's a
Yeah.
different way of approaching it.
Yeah.
It gives me less confidence, but I understand
Yeah.
that sense of
The city
rationale.
attorney has weighed in and said that, the state statute as well as the amended city ordinance that was adopted actually supersedes the bylaws.
Usually state rule.
So, but we don't have that before us. I mean, yes, you've said that last month, and why, I don't know why we wouldn't have that before us, but we don't. What does supersede, I mean, there are, I would follow that up if George were here with questions. What do you mean by that? And, but, so, again, that's just, my concern out of just making sure that every vote we take is valid and couldn't be questioned, especially as it comes to election of officers. I don't want that to be something that anyone a month or two down the road could question whether that vote was valid. I think that would be bad for everybody. That's why I'm making that recommendation. But I also understand Karen's line of thought. I just want to open that up for conversation because we're approving an agenda. What that agenda has is really relevant for the topic right now.
Well, do you want to make a motion on the approval of the agenda with the changes that you just said?
Okay.
If I, so you're, okay, go ahead and say. We're
Again,
tabling-
I had actually intended to get out my Robert Rules of Order last night to try to research how some of this should be done.
It has to be tabled to a date certain.
Yeah, right.
So you have to,
Yeah.
if you're going to suggest that the other items be tabled, you would have to identify the meeting that you want to run.
Right.
The next board meeting.
And if anybody has a date,
Yeah, what is, someone can look up what our next meeting date is.
Yeah.
The 14th.
14.
Yes.
Now, that you probably know this stuff better, since we're at the item of approving the agenda, that's really tabling something would be a separate motion later. You wouldn't do that as part of approving the agenda.
You
would
can put it as
can-
part of the
Yeah.
agenda.
Yeah.
can table something while approving the agenda?
Yeah.
if you're actually amending the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess that would, my motion would be that we amend the agenda to end the meeting after item 4, approval of the bylaw revisions, and that we table the remaining agenda items until our next regularly scheduled meeting on August 14th.
Is there a second?
Support,
Any discussion? All in favor?
so we take roll call, you think? Or do-
I think in the circumstances, we'll call it probably.
Okay, so, Brooks,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
DePonio,
Yes.
Bergstrom,
Yes.
Goodman,
No.
Eftaxiadis, yes. Moser,
No.
and now I do not know whether we're still in the same situation with,
I'll continue to vote
Right,
yes.
I think.
not,
It
as
doesn't
I did.
material change the outcome of the
No,
vote.
no,
I would
no.
do it the same
I
way you
understand.
documented
And I would
last
vote
time.
no.
Okay.
Angela.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Got it on the list.
I didn't put the list down here. Walter?
I would say yes. Okay, motion carried.
No, motion carried.
Public comment? Hearing none. The approval of the bylaw revisions. Does someone want to make a motion on that?
I guess I'll make a motion that we amend the bylaws in 4 areas. 3 related to city representation on the board, and then the 4th one being something that was discussed last month, which was changing our meeting time from noon till 8 a.m. Same date, but earlier in the day. The remaining subset of the bylaws committee, myself and Val, since Sherry's no longer on the board, basically reviewed the bylaws, and these were the 4 recommended changes that we made.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
The second, we have 4 revisions. Are we voting
I
on
would
all
suggest
4?
you
I think
separate
we do
that.
some,
I
do
think
them
these should be
separate.
separate, yeah. So the first one then, so we need a motion.
So I guess I'll make a motion that we amend Article 2, Section 2, and change the wording from the mayor of the city of Manistee to the chief executive officer of the city of Manistee.
And who is supporting?
I'll support that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, so we don't need to do roll call.
Then I'll make a motion that we amend Article 2, Section 3, changing the wording mayor of the city of Manistee to the chief executive officer of the city of
Is
Manistee.
that Article 1?
Article 2, Section 3. Article 2, Section 3.
I'll second that also.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Then I'd like to make a motion that we amend Article 2, Section 5, changing the wording from the mayor of City of Manistee to the chief executive officer of the City of Manistee.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
And finally,
Go
just need something to do.
I'd like to
Thank
make
you.
the motion that Article 4, Section 2, that we change our meeting time from 12 noon to 8 a.m.
I'll support that.
Thanks, Barry.
So, Moses,
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, public comment? Hearing none, can I get a motion for adjournment?
normally we don't ask for a motion.
I'm sorry.
You adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.
12:12.